Brigid here from the Boyer Family Singers, bringing to you a video on how I do my makeup and hair. Some of you have been asking how I get my hair to frame my face, so I just thought I would show you all, as well as my makeup routine. So first I'm going to show you the tools that I use for my hair, and then I'm going to show you what I use for my makeup. So what I use for my hair is homemade flaxseed hair gel. So I'm going to provide the link to the recipe I use below, and all it is just flax seeds, water, and some Pomarosa essential oil. I just added that because I like the smell of it. It sort of has the consistency of, this might sound disgusting, but it sort of has the consistency of egg whites rather than thick hair gel that you get at the store. But it works really well. So I use that, and my main tool of use currently, as far as brushes go, is a hair comb. So that's what I use to do my part, to do my wave. I hardly ever use my hairbrush unless I have tangles. So that's it as far as hair goes. And as far as makeup goes, I just use my Mary Kay compact that I have. So you can just see it there. I'll explain it later. And then my mascara, I'll explain this later too. And as far as tools go, other than the ones you saw in the Mary Kay compact, I have a eyeshadow and smudge definer, and it's just a drugstore brand. So one tip before we get started. I have thin-ish, naturally wavy hair, and it's layered. I have I think it's a midi cut or a baby cut. It's from Daniela Turadic's book. But I don't remember which haircut I have. I don't think okay, it's the midi. Charlotte's correct saying it's the midi. So I have this hairstyle here, and I've been getting it cut like that for the past months, year, whatever. So that's the haircut that I have, and the only techniques that I use are a wave that I do with my comb, and I'll be showing you that later, and scrunching, which I will also be explaining later. But first, you need to start, if you're going to do this, start with wet hair. Because if you have hair like mine, it needs to be wet. And it needs to be thoroughly wet. I am lazy and I don't always get my hair thoroughly wet, but as long as I get it mostly wet, I'm good. So, let's begin. So as you can see, I have fairly wet hair, but before I get to my hair, I want to get to my face, because typically I use coconut oil for my moisturizer, and if I apply coconut oil right before I put on my makeup, it'll cake up. So I want to get that on before I tend to my hair. So just take your moisturizer or coconut oil if you do the same as I do, and I usually take an amount about this much. I usually just get my eyelids and most of my face lightly, but my eyelids the most because my eyelids are pretty dry. So I'm going to get those and so I just get them right beneath my eyebrow, and then I just, whatever's left over, I just put over the rest of my face. So. And of course you want to get any excess oil rubbed in. Alright, so I think that's good. Now on to hair. So, let me see. Oh yeah, so I will typically, lately what I've been doing is putting hair gel in my hair, and it's not the store-bought stuff, because I don't feel good putting chemicals in my hair, and I don't feel good paying a pretty penny for something I can make at home. So as I explained in the intro, I just use our homemade flax hair gel. In this lighting it looks pretty disgusting, but it smells really nice because it has Pomarosa essential oil in it just to make it smell good. But I'll just take a little bit of that, put it in my hands, and then my hair doesn't have a part right now because I want to get it all over my hair. So I just get it in on the top, work my way down to the sides, get to the bottom. If I run out of hair gel, I'll get a bit more, and then work it into the bottom, and then work it into the back. Now that I have the hair gel all in my hair, I take my comb and I will part my hair. Usually I like it to part right about, right about here, so it's not too far over from the middle of my hair. But so I'll just take my comb, the fine tooth end, and I'll just use the end of the comb, bring it all the way back to the back of my hairline. And once I've done that, I'll just smooth my hair away from the part. Alright, there's a little part right there I need to fix. Alright, so before I scrunch my hair, what I have been doing recently is making a wave in the front of, well, where my bangs are. So I'll just take my comb, put it at my part, and then I'll just sort of, I'm catching some hair. Alright. Make sure. Alright. So take just a little bit of the front hair, swoop it down, and swoop it back up in sort of a semicircular motion. So that didn't quite do what I wanted it to, so I'm going to do it again. Hang on. That's a bit better. And I sometimes have to do it a few times to get it right. And as long as I got the general shape, I can shape it afterwards. So then I put in my bobby pin, and I usually just put that right here where the wave ends, and once I put that in, I'll just pull it out a bit more till I get the shape that I want. So, like that. Next, on to scrunching. So now that I've got my part done, my wave done, scrunching. So all I do is I really like to get this part really well, because otherwise I have funny little wisps of hair that look really strange. So I just take it in my hands and I just sort of squeeze my hair. My hair's naturally wavy and it's layered, so that helps immensely. So I just sort of just lift it up, scrunch, lift up, scrunch. The goal is to not have flat curls that are up against your head, but to have voluminous, loose curls. So you don't want to be pushing up and cramping them to your head. You want to be pushing them up and squeezing them sort of out away from your scalp, just a little bit. Moving on to makeup. So I have a Mary Kay compact, and I don't remember the names of the colors that I have. So you all might have seen this in one of our previous videos, I think. I don't know. But these are the colors that I have. There's a brown eyeshadow, a cream sort of, moonlight colored eyeshadow, and then a sort of purple mauvey color. And then of course my blush. And then my little tools, and this is my lipstick. I hardly ever wear lipstick unless we're going out, it's a special occasion like going to a singing performance, or it's church. So I typically start with the lightest color, which for me, because I have hooded eyelids, goes on my eyelid directly. So I'll just take my little sponge brush, just get a little bit of the moonlight white color on it, and then I'll just get it fairly well over my eyelid. So next, with my eyeshadow brush, this one is just for darker colors. The sponge one I always use for lighter colors. So I will take this and use the purple. I don't really use the brown very much. I don't really care for the color too much on me. It gives too much of a, I don't know, cocoa shade, which I don't really, it doesn't look that great on my skin, as great as the purple does. So I mainly get right below the arch of my eyebrow. And it's going to look really rough right now because I smooth it out later. But I just get mainly below there, then I do a lighter layer going more towards the inner part of my eyebrow and getting down to the crease of my eyelid and bringing it out to the edge. So as you can see, my eyeshadow looks rather theatrical right now. So I just take my drugstore eyeshadow and smudge definer. This is supposed to be the smudge definer. I use this end. This one just doesn't cut it. So I just take the eyeshadow brush and just smooth out the darker color eyeshadow. And if it's gone too far out of my eyelid to eyebrow area, I'll just typically wipe it off and it comes off. So now that we've gotten eyeshadow all taken care of, I move on to my blush. What we were directed by our Mary Kay consultant to do, as far as blush application goes, is to bring it from here to here. So I just sort of just start back there and bring it forward. Sometimes I'll do the reverse. Like I said, I'm lazy. So. And if we're going to a performance, I sometimes might put on a second application if it's not doing the job, but since it's an everyday look that I'm going for today, I'm not going to. So, alright. Next we have mascara, and I just use CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. That might be upside down, I don't know. And it's in black brown. So we do have an eyelash curler, but I only use that for performances whenever it's necessary. So I just put a little bit of this on for performances. Like I have probably said before, I put on more makeup, but it's an everyday look, so not very much. So now that we're all done with makeup, all I do is just do a final touch-up on my hair and make sure there's no smudges like with my mascara or whatever, and then I'm pretty much good to go for the day. So I usually have to touch up the back of my hair a bit because it likes to lay flat. So I'm just going to touch up the back of my hair a little bit. And sometimes the sides don't behave themselves either. And also I like to get it out from behind my ears a little bit. Alright. It looks pretty good. And it's going to dry, and as it dries it'll loosen up. So I hope you all enjoyed this video getting ready with me with my makeup and hair. As my sister Jessica said to me last night, she never thought, and I never thought, I would ever be showing anyone what I do as far as hair and makeup goes. So I'm really glad to be sharing this with you all, and I hope you all enjoy it. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and go check out our blog if you're not watching it on our blog.